3, 2, 1. Hey folks, today I'm going to show you some of my old paper computer games, but not the major ones that I've really played a lot. Instead, I'm going to show you some of the weird ones that I started to make and never finished, or if I finished them, they were very minor and kind of weird and off the beaten path. So, let's get to it. Alright folks, so the first game I have to show you is right over here. And, let's see. Hold on, let me adjust this view over here. Want it to look like... There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, hey folks, is anyone there? If so, say something in the chat. Alright, guess not. So, this game, this was a mini preview game. This was between two PCGs I was making for Ari that take place on the forests of the planet Shri. In one game, he goes through an old abandoned crashed spaceship in the middle of the forest. He gets out of that, and in the game after that, he comes out in another part of the forest. But between those two games, I made this weird thing. This was sort of supposed to be a preview for the next PCG. As you can see, this one says Paper Computer Game number 24, coming soon. It's gonna pwn you. So this game was sort of like, that was your character right there. There was like little enemies, weird little puzzles, little obstacles, and this was sort of like a side scroller. You had to go over here, come down, like, you know, level by level. You had to go, you know, go to one level, get past all the obstacles, go to the next level. The letters really existed in this world. And this was supposed to be, like, this whole game was supposed to be just a dream that Ari is having between the two main games in his series. And the final boss is this guy right here. He's a Triptosian, like, Mitak. And the way I did this game was I put paper towels over, you know, the next level until he got down to it, and I'd be like, paper. So that was a... Oh, hey, Solomon! I'm here. I can only sit for a bit, so though I have to sleep soon. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the timing of this. Oh, yeah, but, oh, well, I guess, you can watch the rest in the morning. It should all be archived. So, anyway, since you're only here for a bit, I'll try to get through as much as I can as quickly as possible. So that is that game. This one we did actually play. Let's go to another game. Well, I'm not even sure what this is. This isn't, well, it's an inventory screen, but I don't know from what game. It's traditional for, excuse me. It's traditional for inventory screens to have an E at the top. We have water, and I put the quote, thanks, man. I put water in quotation marks. I don't know why. I guess it's not really water. I don't know. And you got a key. I don't know what game this is from. Let's see what else we got. This isn't actually from my game. This is from one of Pierre's games that she never finished. Like, so, it starts out over here, and this is my room. This is Pierre, on my computer, and then there's me sleeping, because Pierre used to, like, was, like, renting out, one of the rooms in my house for a while back in the day, and she would always go on the computer, and I would just be sleeping. And anyway, that there's something outside the window, and then the next scene, oh, that something smashes through. It's a Moogle, like from Final Fantasy, and, you know, shattered glass on the floor. And except that something is a little, like, his eyes are all X'd out, like he's not in control of his mind. He's like, and over here there's some evil star dude who seems to be controlling him. And this was just the intro scene to the game. That's all we have. She never finished the game. And the excuse me. This was gonna be her first ever PCG. When she first got into PCGs, this was the first one she tried to make, and then she gave up on it. And when she realized, like, this game, she was sort of just trying to imitate what I had done in my PCGs, and then she realized she could do her own thing, so she started, you know, branching out and doing all sorts of other kinds of PCGs that are much different, though they are still very much PCGs. So that was that game. We have right here. We have another random inventory screen. Yeah, thanks, man. The story behind it is pretty cool. So, not sure what this is. Let's see. This is, well, another E, but let's see. We got a broken AOL CD necklace. I think this is from one of the Pierre games, because that's Pierre's signature necklace. Sword, gun, coin, Whole Foods discount card. That's handy, I guess. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, this is one that sadly never got played. So let me. It's kind of hard to see the whole page here, but I guess you don't need to. The idea behind this is there were going to be multiple characters. Let's see, here are the characters. And this was supposed to be a multiplayer PCG. I wanted to have a whole bunch of people play it together. And so I drew out all the characters, and each one of them, they had a different, like, bio and everything. Over here, let's see, this guy, he's like, serve your god Honcho's sacred wishes. Go to the frontier lands. This guy, his goal, try to stay alive, then settle down and start a family. This guy, so tired, no more bouncing, must sleep. This guy, your sacred duty is to inform the world whenever anything happens. This guy, kill! This guy, must return home, stranded here. So the idea is that all these different characters have different agendas. They want to accomplish different things. And so here's the world map. This game was called World Top Village, and there was all these like places you can go in. You have a recycling plant, you have a Walmart. I think that was a reference to one of Ari's PCGs. And here's one character, here's another character. They're spread all over the map. And the secret to this, as you play, you're eventually going to realize what all these characters are. Thanks, man. You're eventually going to realize that this is all secretly a desktop on a computer. See, like, this building is like my computer, over here is the recycling bin, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. And these guys are all different computer characters. Like, this is the mouse pointer. Like, this guy, try to stay alive, then settle down and start a family. That's because this is a virus, and viruses try to reproduce. And, like, so tired, no more bouncing. I don't remember what that was supposed to be. This jellyfish, I remember that, because it says, your sacred duty is to inform the world whenever anything happens. Back in the day, I had a computer, and I had set it so that, like, whenever, like, it starts loading, a little jellyfish cursor comes up, and it makes like a screeching sound whenever it does. Yeah. So the jellyfish appears and squeals to let everybody know whatever anything's going on. And this guy, I think, was like a, you know, malware or something, just destroys everything around it. And this guy must return home. Not sure. So yeah, that was this game. It was just this one screen thing, and I wanted to get everyone to play it. No one ever played it, so that was that game. Let's see what else we got over here. I haven't actually looked these over before showing them to you. I'm just like, start the live stream and let's, you know, throw caution to the wind. Let's just see what happens. All right, and maybe I should have looked this over because what is even going on here? don't even know. I don't remember what this is. I apologize. But this guy seems to have a tail. Some doors, some staircases. Is this associated with anything over here? Let's see. We have another screen, which I also don't remember. I mean, this is definitely my artwork, but I don't remember drawing it. Weird. I mean, this is a maze screen. We've got some obstacles. This one has a little 2 over it. This one has 3. But I don't remember what this is for. Let's see. Ooh, this one looks interesting. So, okay. I'm still not sure what this is from, but this looks like the outside of a mansion, like maybe Rorik's mansion from one of my other PCGs. Over here we got some statues. That's Ginkis, and that is his arch nemesis Nezareth. So they tend to pop up as statues sometimes. And then we just got this whole complex full of enemies, I guess. Some of these guys look like they're unarmed. Some have guns. Some have shields and swords. So, yeah, I'm not sure what this is from. Let's look at this. Oh, okay. This isn't a PCG, but it's PCG related. So this was based on Balzac Globotron. Balzac Globotron, for those not in the know, is part of a group called Sphere Children who were created, you know, long story, yada yada yada. But I just randomly started doodling other Sphere Children. This one I called him Rolzac Globotron, Sphere Child number 0007. And as you can see, he doesn't really, unlike Balzac Globotron, who's mostly human shaped, he does not have a body. He's just like a head on top of a sphere, which is on top of more spheres, and he just rolls around. It looks like he's rolling around on this ring, which is like just hovering above this planet for some reason. And yeah, that is Rolzac Globotron. I never did anything with the character, just, you know, doodled him one time, and there it is. Anybody still there? Ah, well. Well, I will keep going. So, let's see. This is police headquarters. I think this is an unfinished drawing. Oh, there you are. Sweet. Yeah, so I think this is an unfinished drawing for a PCG that did get made. This is for Revenge of the Mole Men, but it doesn't look bad. I don't know why I didn't put it in the finished game, but this is the outside of police headquarters. You had to escape out of it and go down the road because you've been detained because you destroyed the Mole Men's entire civilization. Long story. You're kind of a villain in that game. And let's see what else we've got here. We've got an unfinished drawing of over here we got Balzac Globotron and Ginkis, and I can see why I never finished. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a lot of fun with perspective on these buildings. But yeah, so I can see why I didn't finish this drawing, because Ginkis looks kind of doofy over here. He's like super skinny, and like I couldn't get him to come out right. So I think I just redrew this screen for the final game of Balzac Globotron. But yeah, Balzac and Ginkis team up in Balzac Globotron. So this was another one I started making but never played, and I kind of, well, I couldn't. This is a weird example of one I couldn't really figure out how to translate into a PCG. So this game is called, let's see. The light is kind of weird. There we go. It's Paper Computer Game number 23. Hope You Don't Die. That was the title of the game. And the picture over here, there's like a whole lot of people carrying spears and whatever. They're like, what must kill? And this guy is like you, just running away, and he's running into, like, he's about to fall off a cliff. And there's an anvil falling on him as if that wasn't enough. So I guess that's why the game is titled Hope You Don't Die. Here we got Zach Productions. And in this game we had yeah, I guess it got stained over the years somehow. But yeah, there's a sun with a snake wrapped around it, and there's like what? Yeah, they are going way back. There's just water spilling out of the sun, which is an art trope I developed for just randomly. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a motif that keeps popping up in my drawings. But anyway, yeah, so like this is sort of like a landscape. There's the goal, and here is you, and your goal is to take over that goal. But the problem is that's not so easy because there's gonna be like armies in the way. So this was supposed to be the first paper computer game real-time strategy, RTS. Like think of StarCraft or like, you know, stuff like that. You control an army and you've got to deal with enemy armies in the way. And I imagined that would be, you know, easy to translate into a PCG. Turns out it's not so easy. I don't know if it can even be done because armies means you have to have a lot of units, you have to deal with numbers, and in this game I wasn't trying to do any of that. So I was just counting on like just play like a normal PCG, but just tell, okay, this guy go over here, this guy go over here. But how are you going to keep track of all that? And that is probably why I never played this game with anyone. But anyway, over here we have inside your castle, you have all your forces. Like this is all inside your castle. That's you, and you got all these random guys. You got a random bouncing ball guy for some reason. You got a bunch. Oh, you got somebody on a bed with a book under the bed. I don't remember what that was all about. There's a few guys with guns. Most guys do not have guns. So you had to, I guess you had limited resources, and you had to, you know, use your most powerful units strategically. And then I don't even think this is part of it. I might have started drawing some terrain, but then got frustrated because it wasn't coming out good and just started scribbling, and that was the end of that game. So let's see, what else do we have over here for you guys? We have this random thing, which I think was supposed to be part of a PCG, or it may have just been a random spaceship drawing. Either way, I'm showing it. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. It's a spaceship. What do we got over here? Oh, these are some of Keith's drawings, just random creatures. This beach crab appears in one of his PCGs and spits acid at you, because everything in Keith's PCG spits acid at you. That's just the way those go. Let's see, over here, these were some drawings by Kurt. This was a, this is a weird alternate version of Zuvak. See, it's got like horns. He's got like jets in the back to propel him, and I guess he's like on wheels. So the jets shoot him forward, and he's just on wheels so he can roll. And there's his head. And instead of a stick, these are sort of like, I don't know, shards of metal suspended in like magnetic fields, it looks like. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And here, like, here's another Zuvak he drew on the same day. And it's just a Zuvak growing out of a flower pot. Which, oh hey Creative Lobster. Yeah, this looks weirdly similar to the Zuvak that was in, I think Moodbox was working on a paper game with a plant version of Zuvak in it. And this looks kind of weirdly similar to that. So anyway, that is that. And let's see, what this is just a drawing of a random like part of the world Shanxi, which is one of the planets we visit in my PCG Balzac Globotron. In Shanxi, it's like a lot of like it was once a planet, but then it was mined until like the entire bulk of the planet was just mined away. But there's still cities on top of it and everything, but now they're just connected by all these metal shafts. He says, you should make a game where all the alternate Zuvaks work together to defeat something. That is a really good idea. I really like that idea. I'm not sure what to do with that, but I will try and think of something. City in the background too, yeah. I had a lot of fun with these cities. I drew them on top of a whole lot of different scenarios for a while and got good at just doing them. Anyway, so this was an abandoned, like this was supposed to be back when I was first making the PCG wiki. I was trying to make a picture like to go to like you needed like a picture to be the logo of the wiki. I was trying to make this be that, but then I abandoned that idea. Let's see. This was gonna be kind of hard to see, but this is supposed to be. This is like a drawing of Ginkis and Nazareth fighting. Like over here, like here's Ginkis. He's like kind of thrusting forward with his staff. Nazareth is parrying with his sword, which has like blades on it, and over here there's like some crackling energy, like because you know Ginkis' staff shoots electricity. It's like, and they're on top of a building. This takes place on Shri, so like this is the top of Ginkis' tower. Over here we can see the Croden's tower in the background, and then over here there's the landscape of Shri in the background. So this is a epic fight between Ginkis and Nazareth. I don't think the art is that great, but if it were drawn better, it might be a cool scene. This I don't think was ever supposed to be a PCG, but this is also add zoo-vac, 1/3 animal, 1/3 clown, 1/3 robot. I love it. That's awesome. Is that your version, Creative Lobster? Alright, well, in the meantime, Planet with Buildings and Destruction Ball number 2. I don't think this was ever supposed to be part of a PCG. I think this is just a random drawing that got. Okay, see you, Solomon. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And, yeah, and have a good sleep. Have a good night. Alright, so, yeah, I think this is just a random drawing, Planet with Buildings. Let's see what we got over here. This is another doodle based on Balzac Globotron and more random sphere children. This one is called. It says, "All hail King Firzal, long live the Globotron dynasty." So the idea is that like these different sphere children landed on different planets, and they all got like different personalities, and you know, even though they were all siblings, some of them ended up becoming like cruel dictators. Like here's Firzal sitting on this upraised throne, and he's kind of like subjugating all the people of this random planet. So this is the kind of thing that I might explore more in like when I continue making Balzac Globotron. Wait, okay. Zuvak, 1/4 robot, 1/4 clown, 1/4 animal, 1/4 vacuum. Nice. This is a book. Which is like has the timeline of paper computer games in it, like a chronology going back to the beginning of time, and then it goes through all the various PCGs, and then in the back of it there's like profiles of all the PCG characters. This book later evolved into the PCG wiki. Like I made this and it was so cool, but I had to keep expanding it, and then so instead of printing it out again and again, I just made it into a different wiki. Each thing has, so each one of these profiles in the back of the book became an article in the wiki. The timeline is also still in the wiki. You can also download this book still. It's on the PCG shop, but there isn't really any reason to do that because just go to the wiki. It's easier and it's more up to date. But anyway, oh, okay. So this is a letter I wrote to my friend when she moved away to Israel. Everyone was writing her letters, and like here's the letter, and on the back I put a bunch of PCG characters, actually. But at the time, like, this was the earliest version of the Balzac Lobotron characters. Like, here's Balzac Lobotron, here's Matak, here's Bob, here's Johnson. This is actually another version of Bob. Like, when I was making this game, like, by this point I had come up with the whole crew, except I didn't have, like, a captain for that crew. And I just drew this guy randomly for this drawing, and he was perfect. So he became the captain, and then I made the whole game about him. The Sphere children should have a Sphere daddy. Oh man. So let's see what else we got. We got a lot of random stuff from Balzac Lobotron. I'm gonna kind of breeze through this. Here's some of the Balzac Lobotron characters. They've landed on a random planet and they're exploring. There's a lot of hills. There's some spaceships in the sky and another planet. Let's see. There's some more. Here's an early draft of the cover of Balzac Lobotron. Wait, this might be the actual cover of Balzac Lobotron. Huh. Oh, no. This is an early draft. Yeah, though there's also a finished version, which, yeah, oh. Anyway, here's some ships from Balzac Lobotron. This is terrible art because, like, the tabernacle looks all weird and distorted. It does not look right. We've got a pirate ship firing on an innocent tanker. We've got, super early draft of the engine room. Super early draft of, I think this was another version of the engine room. Here is, I was trying to figure out how to draw a fighter based on their ship, the Tabernacle, but it was hard, so I had to go through a million designs of it. More designs. This was an early draft of the planet, whatchamacallit, the Moleman planet. You should create a survival PCG like Minecraft that you can mine, build, etc. Yeah, I thought about that. I don't really know how to translate that idea into PCG mechanics, but it is a good idea. I'm gonna have to think about that some more. Let's see what else I got here. This is the script, the earliest version of the script for Balzac Lobotron. The more modern one is much better, but this is like how I could keep track of challenge yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to challenge myself more and more to do more innovative PCGs. So yeah, I definitely will try and figure out a way to do that. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. This is like, oh, and the text got all messed up, and oh, this was so annoying. So I made a better version of this. Anyway, that's our Balzac stuff. We have even more Balzac stuff. Balzac Lobotron was like such a big game that like there's so much. This is just all discarded like art that never made it into. Ooh, there's Zubak 2.0. He did make it into the game, but this was the original concept art of him. But yeah, like It's like a new version of Zoo. Oh, and there's character profiles for the Balzac Globotron characters. We got Zuvak, Philby the Robot, Johnson. Should I read them? I don't know. I mean, I guess. Well, why not? I don't even remember what they say, so this is as good a time as any. Let's see. Matak Roshivej. Rescued long ago, Matak no longer follows the evil philosophy of some of his brethren. He's intelligent, strong-willed, and uses his many tentacles to operate the ship faster than anyone else can. I've been planning to expand on his character recently. I want to make a backstory PCG about him. Chennai Dudux. Rescued a few months ago, Chennai was until recently horribly abused by the Kroden, who reign over his world, Zerelta. Oh, this is outdated. Zerelta is not the name of the planet anymore. Zerelta is like no, you know what? It never was. Zerelta is the name of the nation, but the planet is called Shri. But anyway, he hopes to one day liberate his people. Here's Bob. No one knows what race this little guy comes from. When the crew discovered the ship, Bob was already aboard. He won't tell his real name or about the previous crew of the ship. The crew trusts him, however, affectionately calling him Bob. So these are all. Bob is a shapeshifter. These are all the different forms he can take. This is like his true form, and nobody knows his backstory. In Balzac Globotron, like when we played that, it was hinted that he comes from a much more advanced race, and he might be more powerful than he knows. But you know, the crew basically think of him as just kind of like a, you know, like Matak calls him a vermin, like just kind of like almost infesting the ship, but like, you know, no one really knows what he does, but he does seem to be more important than anyone knows. So anyway, let's see who else we got. We got Zuvak, we know who that is. Once the puppet of an evil organization, this clown on a stick has become the defender of all goodness. However, he is missing. And Philby the Robot. The latest technology, Intel Pentium 4 processor, 5800 megahertz, 45.3 something, and the capacity to vaporize unwanted spam and aliens. Nice. You should remaster one of your games. Yeah, yeah, totally. You know what? Yeah, leave a comment in this video if you see one that you think should be remastered, because but that goes for anyone and everyone watching this. Let me know which ones you think deserve to be remastered. So and I definitely love remastering old stuff I've done. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what else we got. There's a lot more Balzac stuff, so I'm just gonna skip past most of that. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. This is from back in the day when I was trying to make a PCG video, and it came out really bad, so like I didn't finish it. But like, here was, you know, this was supposed to be like an animated version of my PCG about Pierre. So here's Pierre, and here is the scene where guys break in the window, and there's like a Ginkus poster here. It says Ginkus the movie. And I think these are a little out of order, but yeah. So these guys come in to kidnap Zuvak. They kidnap him, and then Pierre has to go and like follow them. And like I had voiceovers for this video. I think I still have this video on my PC, but it's just so bad. Like I never resurfaced it. Here's like Pierre like whoosh, like smashing people with her signature necklace. Here's Pierre like jumping over a shark on a motorcycle, jumping off a ramp. Here's like boom, the necklace. Alright, so that is that. Over here we got The Mansion of Mystery. Paper computer game number 4. So, back in the day, The Mansion of Mystery was one of my classic PCGs. But speaking about remastering, like my first attempt to really like, you know, get other people into PCGs. I don't know why I didn't think of YouTube at the time. That should have been obvious, but I didn't. I tried to like, you know, post this online, and I just started to remaster The Mansion of Mystery. I didn't finish it, but yeah, I made a new cover screen, made new art of him climbing inside the plane. So this was gonna be the whole game, just like with new art, but you know, yeah, never finished it. This is an old cover for, or maybe this is the no, this is an old cover for The Last of the Zerelta, like an early edition. Yeah, this is just from a PCG skit I made, like you gotta go. Hope you take consideration of my suggestions. Tip: try harder, even if you have to pay money to spread what PCGs are. Yeah. Thanks for all the suggestions, man. Those are some really good ideas. And yeah, I will try harder. I've been kind of out of it just because I've had to work so much, but I'm trying to get back into it more. And yeah, I mean, like, this is an iterative process, meaning I'm gonna keep doing it and until like the things that don't work, I'll stop doing those, and the things that do work, I'm gonna keep doing those. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully do everything I can. And yeah, so we'll see. Thanks a lot, man. Alright, so if anyone's still watching, or in case anyone wants to tune in tomorrow, let's see. There's that stuff. Creepy Zuvak, like sneaking up on somebody, like, okay, over here we got A Fig's Worthless Life. So some of you may recognize Figs from some of my other PCGs. They're these, like, this race of little guys who just consider themselves to be totally worthless. They're totally okay with the idea that somebody else just comes along and eats them because they don't even deserve to live. They don't deserve to have control over their lives. If you try to give them anything, they'll, oh, Figs don't deserve, you know, whatever. So this was going to be the first PCG about Figs. Never finished it, never played it. Here is the Great Mouth, which eats the figs. The figs are just kind of like suspended on these sticks, and they get eaten. And they are okay with that. They're just, yeah. So a lot of this game is going to be the journey of this fig. He's been knocked off his stick, and he hasn't been eaten. And you know, where does he go from there? So that's what, like, it's like, what? Like, he has to get back so he can get eaten. Here's like just everyday life for the figs, all just like in rows and rows and rows of sticks. And then over here, here's where he falls off his stick, and then here's the first puzzle. And I think, oh, and we have a maze screen. You fall over here. Tutorial bot is over here. The joke here is that, like, Tutorial bot is gonna try and give you a tutorial and be helpful, but like, you can't accept his help because, like, pigs don't deserve help. So, like, instead of enemies here on this maze screen, you're just gonna have a whole lot of allies just trying to help you, and the challenge is to avoid them. Like, here we have a flight screen. You like are on a ship, you're flying, and now I think there are legitimate enemies, but if I ever like revamp this game, I'm probably gonna take these guys out because, like, I mean, you know, they're enemies, and the Fig, you would have to like intentionally like let them kill you. There's nothing you can do. So, over here we got a sheriff. The Fig, you know, goes up to the sheriff, and he has all these wanted posters, and half of these are for other villains in the PCG universe. Like you got the fat guy. It says this degree in ass kicking has been presented to Sheriff Joe Tarker. Wanted, the rich guy, dead or alive. The rich guy, originally known as the Rich Kid, is one of the classic OG like PCG villains from like Chris's original games back in the day. He hasn't really been seen much lately, but yeah, that is him. And guys, yeah, so that's your jail cell. Here's your inventory screen, and here is a little comic explaining how to play the Fig game. How to play this paper computer game. 1. You don't deserve to succeed, so don't try. Failure is better. 2. If it makes you fail, it's better. You deserve it. 3. Say what you're going to try to do, and we'll tell you if you fail or not. 4. You don't deserve items or weapons, but I guess a few are okay as long as they help you fail, and you punish yourself later. 5. If enemies attack you, do your best to be defeated or killed. 6. There may be puzzles, things that make you want to think. Do not think. You don't deserve it. 7. Some people might try to help you. Don't accept help. You don't deserve it. 8. Sometimes others might want your help. Don't help them. They don't deserve it, and neither do you. 9. If the worst happens and you succeed, simply say save game, and things will be back to normal. 11. Don't enjoy. So that is a Fig's Life. That one I actually kind of want to finish someday. Do something with. I don't know who would play it or what the deal is, but I want to do something with this one. I would have to revamp some parts of it though. The flight screen, even though I like the art, like I said, you know, I told you what the deal is with that. So right here we got, this was supposed to be the first PCG about Pizza Slice. Like I in a whole bunch of my random PCGs, I put Pizza Slice in there as the weirdest, annoying, like, sidekick. Just like a sentient slice of pizza. So this, I was, like, starting to make a PCG about his origin story. And, like, here, he starts out as the last slice on this slice of pizza. All the other slices have been eaten. And here, we're in a pizza parlor. And, here is a guy, he's ordering pizza. He says, I'm not all that hungry. Could I just get half a plain slice? So he's going to have to be chopped in half. And he's like, uh-oh. This guy's like, absolutely, coming right up. So you're the Pizza Slice, and you have to escape. And you have to, like, if you have to escape from here, and you have to get to that hole. Once you do... Wait. Okay. Yeah, once you get to the hole... Okay, here's the initial, well, yeah. Here's you kind of crawling in the hole, and here's a rat trying to stop you. You have to get past him. I don't remember what the puzzle was here. And then over here we have this whole, like, underground rat civilization. Yeah, there's you, and you have to like go through these platforms, get past Rat Guard. I think that's that's a statue. And here we have the Rat City, and there's all these like sewers. You have to get down here, and I wasn't sure where you were supposed to get. Nobody ever played this, so that was all I ever made. Then we have this guy. This was like the moon base from a PCG I started to make. It was called like, what was it called? I don't even know. It was gonna be the Director Gerald's Saves the Moon. That was what it was gonna be called. Here's the moon. Here's the moon base where Director Gerald's is. Director Gerald's is in charge of the moon. He's like the governor of the moon. And here is the Earth. And something is going wrong with the moon, and Director Gerald's has to figure out what it is. Ooh, this was... Alright, you know what? I'm gonna end the video there. I think that... yeah, it's a good place to stop. I have a lot more games to show, but you know what? I will save it for another video another time. So, thank you guys for watching. If anyone is still watching, or if anyone's watching tomorrow, thank you guys, and enjoy. Keep up all that PCG goodness, and have a good night.